Welcome to Easy5 Coding's demonstration video for our web application. I will be running through our full web application as well as our database to show communication between the two. So if we begin, we will start our application. It will run and build successfully. And we are greeted by our splash page. All users have the ability to view the splash page when first entering our system. We can log in and we are taken to our login page. A user has to be authorized and have an account on the system before they have the ability to log into our system. So for first, we'll start with an employee, showing off the employee role. When we log in with our employee, we'll be taken to our employee dashboard. Starting from top left, we have our Easy5 human resource system. We have our activity indicator, which we'll see the back end of on the manager's dashboard. We also have our logout functionality. Then we have welcome employee. This does change according to the name of the employee. Then we have our snapshots. So these are meant to provide quick and easy access for the user day to day to view important information. As you can see, starting on our left, employee details, all financial numbers are hidden, they are blurred. These ones are activated when you hover over them. So we can view the full details of this specific employee. We can see their ID or the employee ID number, their first name, the last name. We can see email and we can see all of the details on the database. We can go back to our dashboard. We have payroll information. We can go into the payroll information. The payroll information is hidden. However, we can reveal the full pay slip using the Show Private Information button. Going back to our dashboard, we have leave requests. So currently, this employee has 10 days of leave requests available. Their last request was approved by the manager. So this user does have the ability to say, take sick leave. They can take it tomorrow until Saturday, and they are sick. This will then be passed to the manager for approval or denial. Then we have training and development. Training and development allows the employee to be linked to Coursera or Udemy or LinkedIn Learning. These are third-party provided training services. The employee can then submit a completed certificate for approval. So let's say they did the Udemy course. This would be their certificate as an example. And let's say Udemy course 1. We can then submit. This information will then be passed to the manager for approval. We currently have 2 just for testing, but we will approve both. We can then log out of the employee's role and we will now log in with test user. This is our manager role. So we do have strict management between the 2 roles. We have 3 roles actually. Starting from the top left, we have Easy5 Human Resource System. We have a navigation bar. The strict control applies here where the employee does not have access to a navigation bar, nor do they have access to the manager's dashboards. If they do within our code, it will automatically block them and they will be redirected to an error page. Again, we have our indicator icon and our logout icon. Then we have our view my employee dashboard. So managers do have the ability to view what I've just demonstrated, their own dashboard. As you can see, the email has updated, the salary has updated, and it will now display that information as managers are also employees. If we go home, we are then greeted by our main functionality for our managers. So we have our management systems for our employees, payroll, leave request, analytics, and certificates. So starting with our employees, we have top left, we have our employees list, we have a search feature, we have a filter feature, and we have our table including all of the employees within our system. So starting with the search feature, we can search my name and it will appear. We can search Olivia and it will appear. Moving along, we have a filter for our departments. So we can filter IT or finance or engineering and it will automatically filter. We also have salary, which is blurred. Salary is blurred because of, again, privacy reasons. We have our activity statuses to indicate which users are active and which users are not active. If we go into our actions icon, we can view details of Karen Smith. So we will then be shown all of the information of Karen Smith, as you can see. If we go back, we can edit the information of Karen Smith. So let's say she becomes Karen John. So we can save those changes. And we will now have first name Karen John, and uh, this will upload to the Firebase database and be accessible throughout the system. We can also delete. So let's say Jane, we can delete Jane from the system. And Jane has now been removed from the system. We can also add new employees. So let's say we added a new employee and they started tomorrow and their role was an employee and they are not active. We can say save, and this will be sent to our database for approval before they have access to log on to the system. If we go back, we have our payroll feature. So within our payroll feature, as you can see, Karen John has updated and we have our financial information hidden. We can view financial information, we can hide financial information, we can edit. So for, let's say, Michael Brown this time, we can edit Michael Brown's salary. Let's say he got an increase to 70,000 and the net pay will automatically do a calculation. We can say that the deductions are now 2,000 and again the net pay will update. We can save that and then it will be displayed in our payroll table. So if we view again, it is displayed in our payroll table correctly. We can also create a new payroll. So one of our employees, Sophia, does not currently have payroll. So if we insert their new salary, we can save that and it will now be uploaded to the system and it will be displayed. So now Sophia Williams now has correct information in the system. Moving on, we now have analytics. This allows for the manager to have a more in-depth analysis of their human resource system. So if we go into an analytics, we now have employees by role, we have leave requests by status, net pay distribution, and these are all selectable. So we have 5 employees in the system, we have 2 managers, half of our leave requests have been approved, the other half haven't. We have net pay per each user in the system. So Karen John that we just changed is now on 92,000 Rand. We have Sophia Williams, we just added at 40,000. And then per department, we have average earnings. Then we have activity statuses and leave. So moving on, we can go back. And then we go to our certificates. This is where our manager can approve or deny certificates. So if you can show here, we have these pending approval. So this is the same functionality as in the leave requests. We can approve or deny. So for this employee, we can approve their leave request, their certificate of their Udemy course, and we can reject this one, and it will automatically update on both. There we go. Then if we go into our leave requests, we do have our leave requests. Same functionality applies here. These have been approved. If we look into the details of leave requests, this request has already been processed. However, this employee's leave has been approved. So logging out of the system, we can then move on to our database. So within our database, as you can see, edits have occurred. If we move in, we can view our KNE. This is our test user that we just used to log in. We have ZA, which is Sophia Williams. So if we go here and we look at the name, Sophia Williams now has a payroll, and the payroll is 40,000 with 2,000 bonuses and 2,000 deduction, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, we have a fully functioning web application. This will fully assist any business in managing the human resources and managing the people within their system. I hope this demonstration serves you well, and thank you for listening.